Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilid ng lingas, perlas ng silangan, lalo umangas, lalo tumalas ang pinuhunang atas ng pangarap, nagpatalapaa, abante, diskarte, di bale, walang pake sa maarte, tuloy lang at kampante, hinto lang ang diskarte, bumubulusok, umuusok, tumutusok, at basta bawat sulok, habang is kumikinang, ang lahat naiibang, nagrili at nagnining din, parang pinagtagpong hilig, bawat upunan, meron kamunan, lakong laban sa isang bansa, alam mo to, laro mo to, tuloy sa kampyonato, sama-sama manlalaki ang isyonado. Everybody, let's check this level up, here we go. Everybody, let's check this level up, here we go. Dating tunggali lahat na ng pagsubok, ikot ang obra, paglubod ang magsubok, mapitigkali ka ng ating bansa, ipapag-ipaman, tiktan itong diyan, magtatag ng ating puwersa, gusto pa rin ang pruweba, todo ang suporta, motor bilog ang bola, nakakatak ang iyong itikit, nakakalapot sa likod ng atin, tayo pero na lang ang bandera, diretso sa kupa ang benta, mga tagahan, mahal ang mga veterano, at mga papigo, pinakamismo at magagaling, walang aling, pamilya at barkada, kanyang umarangkada, ay tumambang tribo, kaya tayo dito. Everybody, let's check this level up, game plan, here we go. Everybody, let's check this level up, game plan, here we go. Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilid ng lingas, perlas ng silangan, lalo umangas, lalo tumalas ang pinuhunang atas ng pangarap, nagpatalapaa, abante, diskarte, di bale, walang pake sa maarte, tuloy lang at kampante, hinto lang ang diskarte, bumubulusok, umuusok, tumutusok.
It was a bitter pill to swallow for Northport. It was a tough lesson that they learned that the offense that they had elimination round in the quarterfinals not be enough.
It was big time. We always preach we want to get game one to control the series. We did what we needed to do, so we just got to repeat our performance in game two.
Sobrang gigil namin lahat. To the point na sabog na, hindi na namin alam gagawin. Hindi namin ngayon.
Rosario is Valentino for two. Pass to the corner. Bulanadi makes it from the corner. A breakaway shot. With the rebound. He would have put that. Oh boy. Plays pretty. Bulanadi is providing Northport with exactly what they needed. Valentino. Malonzo, another stop for Barangay Ginebra. Maybe Malonzo. Here for takeoff. Jeremiah Gray. Ooh. Ready to see action once again. Touch. Bucket.
It was especially nice to see Maya tonight get out, get some minutes, hit a 3-point shot. Just really just be out there. That's really the key.
No look back. 31 points. For Japet Aguilar, he set the tone with a couple of early jams.
The opportunity for me to stay sharp, stay in shape.
Northport is not giving up without a here in the final quarter. They go up top, deep connection. Questions will remain unanswered for the Northport Batangpier. They have 1 day to try and figure it out. To resume this series this coming Sunday with Barangay Ginebra San Miguel holding a 2-0 advantage.
Being discipline sa katawan.
Yo. Yo.
Well, big adjustment ang ang gagawin nito na.
Siguro yung effort namin, kailangan mas triplehin namin. Ayun lang, effort.
Kaya nyo pang makabalik sa first series.
Sana, kasi hindi pa naman tapos yung series, tsaka meron pang, hanggat naglalaro kami, kaya naman.
Good luck, ah.
Thank you, kuya.
Do you think you can change that? This week?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the plan. Obviously we have control of the series, but you know the job's not finished. Again, everything starts on the defensive end with us, so hopefully we can continue to limit their high octane offense and get some stops, and hopefully our offense can take care of it the rest of it. Yeah, thank you.
And, masyado kayo na-outscored ng Barangay Ginebra last game. Okay, anong big adjustment nyo this time?
More effort lang. That's what I just think. You just need to play with more, intensity and sense of urgency. Because we're down 2-0. If you lose this game, it's gonna be a hard climb up. So you have to play harder, smartly, outplay them lang talaga. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Bro, you asked for two outscored, your team outscored. Do you think your big adjustment this time?
Defense. Literally our defense. We just need to play some defense. Play some defense. Hopefully we'll step it up in today's game. I mean, we're gonna win today. It's gonna be tough on us.
Alonso, another for Barangay Ginebra. We're talking about how dominant Barangay Ginebra was in this ball game. Will remain unanswered for the Northport Batangpier. Half-hearted, you have to believe 100%. They believe Barangay Ginebra to actually get there. In the entire history of the PBA, only one team has ever bounced back from a 0-3 deficit to win a best-of-7 series. And now, those are the type of numbers that Barangay Ginebra will be hoping to be in their favor as we present you game number 3 of their semifinals battle here in your PBA 49th season. Commissioners Cup, Carlo Pamintuan, Coach Alan Gregorio, we thank you for joining us on PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. In game 1, the breakthrough came in the third quarter. In game 2, a little bit earlier. The question now for Northport, when and until when can they hang on and stay within striking distance of the on-point Barangay Ginebra squad?
Well, we all know that it was offense that brought them here to the semifinals. It's got to be totally different here in game number 3. They scored 116 points, but they allowed 119 points to Barangay Ginebra. Rebounding, it was a plus 17 for Barangay Ginebra, and the biggest lead of that ball game was 35 big points. They got to start early talking about Northport Batangpier.
And they've gotten key contributions from the rest of the lineup alongside Justin Brownlee. Japet Aguilar would be the best player of that ball game. And you have to say that JB feels like he's playing at third gear right now and just allowing the locals to get their shine. Troy Rosario, BPG first game, and Japet was spectacular in game 2.
In only 26 minutes of basketball, he had 8 rebounds, but he had 31 big points and 61% percentage for Japet Aguilar. He really has been playing very well for Barangay Ginebra.
On the other side now, jumping on quickly to Northport Batangpier, Arvin Tolentino, one of the front runners for best player of the conference, struggling with the defense that has been devised by his former head coach, Tim Tone. He is groping for form. He is struggling with the shot selection, and he just looks so uncomfortable out there.
Well, he was averaging 23 points per ball game in the elimination. Here in the semifinals, he's only averaging 10 points per ball game, 8 and 12 for Arvin Tolentino. They've got to figure out how to help Arvin here in this series.
Our starters already on the floor. It will be Thompson, Holt, Aguilar, Brownlee, and Rosario for Coach Tim Tone. On the other side, it'll be you, Unzon, with William Navarro, Arvin Tolentino, and Kadeen Jack for Coach Bonitan. So a couple of changes on the side of Coach Boni as we are in for Game 3. This tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. First possession of this matchup will belong to Barangay Ginebra. And in Game 2, they got the jump on Northport. Batangpier never really getting going. Brownlee locates Stephen Holt. The drive inside, the double team, forcing him to pass out. 2 seconds to shoot. JB, the jumper is pure.
Another good start right here for Barangay Ginebra. It's 2 points.
Look at this again. They have Troy Rosario defending Fran Yu. They have a 4 guarding the point guard of the opposing squad. And what that does, Coach Alan, is it takes away the 1-5 ball screen action of Northport, which is a huge part of what made them so successful. Because when you break down in a 1-5 ball screen, you locate Arvin Tolentino with open shot. You locate Joshua Monson. You have so much space to work with. It has not been there for Northport.
And it's going to be very hard for a guard like Franyu to be looking at his teammates, because somebody real tall is guarding him in a ball game.
Brownlee being hounded by William Navarro. Cross the double team, and now the jumper for Japet off the bank too strong. Scotty take that ball away from Tolentino. The score on the second half.
Those are the things that Northport will really have to work on here in this ball game, even those kinds of shots coming from Scotty Thompson.
Effort has been a big word we have discussed in the first couple of games. Northport will have to show up here. Almost a turnover. Brand new. Goes inside. Back to Kadim Jack. William Navarro picks it up. Misses. But back is good for the unmarked Kadim Jack.
A lucky break. Kadim Jack was there after that shot and challenged by Japet Aguilar.
Kadim Jack in their last game did get close to his averages, but the key number there was he only produced 6 points in the first half of action. So even if he was able to get near his norms of about 30 points per ball game, those stats were empty coming in the fourth quarter when Northport was in no position to turn that ball game around.
That's right. 14 points in the fourth quarter for Kadim Jack. It was really difficult for him to score the first 3 quarters. You see Japet Aguilar with that. He has really perfected that kind of a shot.
But look at how easy attempts are for Barangay Ginebra. Those are 2 casual jumpers for Japet. Missing the first, making the second. And now Monzon launches the 3-point shot. No. By Japet will indeed stay with Northport with a fresh 14.
You know, Ronnie McSallock talked about this. It's going to be a totally different mindset for Northport Batangpier. Though you know that they have a dreaded offense, they've really got to focus on playing great defense against Barangay Ginebra here in this series.
Kadim Jack, drive and kick. Both had a hand on it. 6.2 seconds remaining in the shot clock for Northport. And you up top, trying to use his speed. Locates Kadim Jack, and he hits another bucket.
Great penetration coming from Fran Yu, making sure that he will see his big man go for a high percentage shot. Good decision for the young man.
You just want a good start for Northport. Take off the cobwebs from your game 2 performance. Stephen Hall from the corner. That's a miss. Hall taps it over to Arvin Tolentino. They switch it up a bit. Brand new. Being defended by Holt now. Kadim Jack kicks it out. Arvin with the ball thing. Arvin with the attack. Some empty. Found this save. They'll stay with Northport. Monzon launches from downtown. It's gone, and they will get the lead.
Joshua Monzon was all squared up for that jumper. Great pass coming from Kadim Jack.
It's also key that your players, especially the ones on the floor, actually believe that they have a shot. Upsetting Barangay Ginebra here in game 3. Brownlee against Tolentino. Double team comes for him. AB dribbles away from trouble. A handoff to Stephen Holt on the drive. Lifts over the foul.
With only 1 second left in the shot clock. Great decision coming from a veteran. But a tough shot. Stephen Holt, he knew that there was no more time left. Takes it strong. There it is.
Kadim Jack was not the primary defender of Justin Brownlee. He came in for the help, and then he stayed home. So the middle was wide open for that drive and layup coming from Stephen Holt as he sent it over to Miss Bell Gregory. Bell.
Complacency is the enemy Ginebra's trying to fight tonight, especially with how things played out for them in the fourth quarter last game when they started to relax and gave up 39 in that quits. Coach Richard emphasized how they're not too high on their 2-0 standing, as the consequences of not discipline can still have them and lead to Northport running and playing the game. Like their suffocating defense, especially on Arvin Tolentino, and continue to enjoy the luxury of having reliable men on the bench to preserve the starters in the long run.
A 2-0 advantage in the semifinals is not something that you over celebrate if you're, because for this franchise, for this team, with how they're built, you're gunning for a champion. Every season, every conference, you are gunning for the top.
You know, it's always going to be a different ball game. No? You're not looking at whether you're up 2-0. It's going to be different. Just like that game number 1, TNT losing to Rain or Shine. Now it's a 2-1 series. But that is the thing that Ginebra is also looking at here in this ball game.
Oh, the jumper won't work. Rebound claim, Efran Yu. Forward pass now to Joshua Monzon. They're trying to attack earlier. Monzon exits to William Navarro now. He will try from deep. Empty. When you are going up against a running team, it is key to not turn the ball over, and the second most important thing is shot selection. And so far, the shots have been percentage coming from Barangay Ginebra has not resulted in any opportunity for North go on the break.
Well, also for Northport, no? They would want to run. They would want to go for their fast break game. They've got to out rebound Barangay Ginebra here in this ball game. They were out rebounded by 17 in that game number 2 loss the last time.
So that's just a poor pass. Completely taken away. Now Chapin is ahead. He had main intentions there. Draws the foul.
Most turnovers just hurts the white shirts. So you can see that this was a pass to Chapin again.
Straight to the waiting hands of Chapin. At 38 years of age, Chapin can still soar. It's the first free throw. PBA fans, sama-sama tayong mag-celebrate ang 50th anniversary ng ating liga. Abangan ng iba't ibang activities at alamin sino ang additional players daragdag sa PBA's greatest list. Tuloy-tuloy ang panonood ng PBA.
It's going to be very exciting, no? Who's going to be the next 10 that people list?
I just need Nelson Asaitono. The other 9, okay. Anyone, any combination. But the pool will have to be there. Come on.
You've got my vote, Carlo. You've got my vote.
Top 5 scorer all time in the PBA, not in your PBA 40 greatest.
Exactly.
Let's give it to him. It's long overdue. Welcome Nelson Asaitono. Because if you are a PBA fan and you're cheering for any other team that did not have Nelson, you feared him.
That's right.
You were afraid of what he will be able to do against your
Definitely.
squad.
He was so powerful, can take the 3-point shot. What a great rebounder. Right back to this play. There was no defense. Nobody talking on D. Comes from Northport, Batangpier.
I'm sure Barangay Ginebra fans will have their favorite memories of Nelson Asaitono going up against them as well. 13-8, a 5-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. Rebound for Chapin. Ginebra starting to push. Hold to Brownlee. The 3-point shot is gone for Debbie.
Transition defense not there for Northport. After they missed the shot, not everybody was running down and stopping that fast break of Barangay Ginebra City.
Had a very short taste of the lead now. This is the biggest advantage for Barangay Ginebra, doubling up on Northport 16-8.
The burden of adjustment was on the Batangpier after a lopsided game 1, and while the North coaches changed things up, they were in the game 2 after what the coaches identified as a lack in effort. The little things, especially on defense. They also observed how their players were forcing their own game, doing things individually, and while the intention was good, it was togetherness that they really needed. Drawing up more schemes for Game 3 at the end of the day, Coach Bonnie highlighted that it will boil down to elevating their effort and adjusting and countering right away to what the Gin Kings threw at them. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you for that report, Belen. And going to that report, Coach Alan, when you cannot run your normal systems, when the usual openings do not present themselves as Justin passes up on the 3-point shot, there is a tendency for Northport to just rush it. Magmamadali ka na lang, look for the first possible shot instead of thinking that your offense will carry you to a better look later in the shot clock.
Well, defensively, it is not present what they're talking about, what they would want to be able to do. here in this ball game because there are just so much open looks on the part of Barangay Ginebra to start this ball game. Now, number two, offensively, why is it that Arvin Tolentino is not getting the touches, and why is he not posting up? So let him post up, and then let the offense start from him. When he's starting from the outside, they're just double teaming him, just like this one. Everybody was on him, and that was a good slide right there coming from the team shot.
Finally, a good big-to-big pass. They connect for 2 points to bring down their deficit to 8. Troy Rosario open from the corner. This is it. The back tap though lands with Brownlee. JB hesitated. Chapet will miss, but Rosario will give them an extra possession. Chapet, lefty is good.
You talk about athleticism, but first, that big rebound right there by Troy Rosario to keep things alive for Barangay Ginebra, and the finish from Chapet Aguilar.
First it was Holt, then it was Rosario. Barangay Ginebra still dominating the rebounding battle. Ranyu gets the step. Gives it for William Navarro, the one-hander in traffic short. Rebound JB. He sees that they don't have the numbers. He will set up instead. Stop it. Thompson now. Scotty. High banger is good against Kadija.
Floater over the outside charms of the import. That was a very tough shot, made easy by Scotty Thompson.
Munzon locates brand new. They're looking for Kadim Jack. Now defense comes in right on time, but they will not be able to deny Kadim Jack, who scores again.
It was very, very tough because of the help defense that was done by Japet Aguilar. In Jack, he's the one scoring here. There was appreciation coming from Japet at that shot of Kadim Jack.
Old uses the screen coming from JB. Even inside now, Rosario was fouled. Highlight putback jam coming from Japet. Troy getting an opportunity to get 2 free throws. Tambay lang dyan sa dunker spot. Will just patiently
That's right, that's right.
move around, wait for the perfect opportunity.
We need for him to be getting that ball or setting himself up. Dribbling. So you see Troy Rosario average 5 points, 8 rebounds, very high field goals, almost 65% for Troy Rosario.
Because everything is within that spot, right? Nothing too fancy coming from Troy Rosario. He will take threes only if they're open.
Corners, right.
Now he extends their lead to its biggest at 11 points, 23-12. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. Your first quarter of action. Again, we thank you for joining us here on PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. Subs coming in for Coach Lecton, Jamie Malonzo, and RJ Abarrientos. Arvin lets it fly and converts. That is a long 2.
They need a lot of that coming from Arvin Tolentino, who's only averaging 10 points here in the semifinal.
Good pass once again. Rosario finishes on the other side.
The slow basketball being shown by Barangay Ginebra Jenkins. It would have already been a shot right there, but the extra pass was given to Troy.
Kadim Jack on the attack. He is fouled and he will take 2.
A very strong move, something that he's got to be able to do here in this ball game. He will play 48 minutes, 44 to the minimum, 2 free throws for Kadim Jack.
Timeout for Barangay Ginebra. They're up by 11 points, 25-14. That's the 3 minutes remaining. Your first quarter.
3 of the semifinal series featuring Barangay Ginebra and the Northport Batangpier. Let's talk about their import. Kadeem Jack, who doesn't shy away from admitting how difficult it was for him to adjust in game and bounce back from the multiple things that just frustrated him in game 2. He mentioned that there were numerous instances where they just couldn't get anything right, and in his words, it looked like they were just giving Ginebra the ball and allowing them to do whatever. It's not letting things get to him and affect him negatively that Kadeem put the most premium on tonight so that he could ramp up his level of intensity, especially when compared to how he showed up last. Back to you, Jeff.
Level of intensity. That was something that was absent coming from Kadeem Jack in game 2. And it was night and day, really, compared to how he played, especially in the first half of game 1. He was barking at Barangay Ginebra fans. He was intense. He was playing with poise, with determination.
I remember that.
There was
That's
none of
right.
that.
That's
You
right.
need some of that to be able to compete, especially as the underdog. As he just made a couple of free throws, he hits double digits with 10.
No, he struggled in game number 2. Now this is a much better ball game being played by Kadeem Jack. Then again, the defense, those closeouts, those challenges, it's got to be harder for Justin Brownlee here in this ball game.
Coach, that would be the 10th assist of Barangay Ginebra in this game. In the past couple of games, 36 assists per contest. And it looks like they will be able to get to that number as well. And this will be an end one opportunity for Kadeem Jack to respond.
He's got 12 points. Start this ball game, 24 remaining. You know that he's here to really make his opponent work harder on defense against him today.
UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Filipinas Live, because legends start here.
This is something that Northport can actually be doing. Do those full court defense.
Alonso has been stroking it in this series as well. Picks up his dribble, locates Brownlee. Good pass from Rosario. Was that a goaltending violation? It felt like it.
The extra pass coming from Justin Brownlee. Too wide open was Troy Rosario. It seemed like there was that ball already hit the board before the Valentino blocked it actually.
But it will be reviewed. Our technical officials have given themselves an opportunity to rewatch such situations to see on slow-mo if a goaltending violation or not. But we continue on with our matchup. It is a jump ball, and it'll be Barangay Ginebra keeping possession. So what happens now is the review is waived off because this is an extra possession for Barangay Ginebra. They can't double up on the scoring, and Abarrientos get those 2 points anyway.
Then Abarrientos, I was about to say Johnny Abarrientos. That was because that looked like a Johnny Abarrientos move.
Bulanadi checking into this ball game. Nelly alongside Flores coming off the bench. He's being given space, being dared to shoot. He misses the mid-range jumper. 30-19. An 11-point lead. The Barrientos, same shot, different result. Missed it strong off the back. Bulanadi had an outside shot in their last game. He needs to chip in more of those just to keep the defense of Barangay Ginebra more spread out. Bulanadi. Before that, there was a foul already coming from Jamie Malonzo. Will be the 5th team foul of Barangay Ginebra.
Bulanadi was wide open in that corner. It was a little bit late, but they were able to give that ball to him anyway. Push happening, so it's just going to be a sideline inbound.
66 seconds remaining in your first quarter. Kadeem Jack leading the charge for Northport with 13 points. Make that 15. Problem is, he's not getting enough support. That is 15 of the 21 points the first quarter.
That's just a lot of effort offensively for Kadeem Jack. Will he be able to sustain that kind of an offense?
Alonso towers over Bulanadi, misses the jumper. There's a push from behind.
Like the stop, you like the challenge. It was just about getting that rebound. No need to push. It began rebounding. What Northport needs here in this ball game. Not give Ginebra that second chance after the stop.
Kadeem Jack will take a break. Kabu Tractor will now be in the shaded area for them as their substitute 5. 1-point lead for Ginebra, 8 points apiece for JB and Japet. Misi locates Abarrientos, being hounded by Evan Nelly. Nelly dives for it. It will stay with Barangay Ginebra, but that is the kind of effort you need.
Right. You want that. You want to see that.
Even if it's not successful, Evan Nelly should inspire his teammates to play with the same kind of effort on the defensive end. Ahan Misi on the drive. Maverick bang it home. There's no difference between game clock and shot clock. Munson doesn't care. He's attacking early. Bulanadi from the corner. Misses on the 3. Shatter. Another chance here as Kate Flores will dribble out. The shot from Munson is off. Rebound Chapet. Still some time remaining for Barangay Ginebra. Brownlee with it. Brownlee launches. Thought he was fouled. Referee's not agreeing. Coach Nicole also thought there was a lot of contact in that shot attempt.
He was looking at the refs. He thought he was fouled. No call.
And that will be the end of our first quarter of action. Barangay Ginebra still lording it over Northport. They're up by 9 points, 30-21.
It took a lot of hard work for them to get back to where they are, and so we're just real happy that they're able to play on the floor and contribute. You know, they're both very talented guys, and we got them to be players we build around. The fact that we can get them out there and playing, it was especially nice to see Maya tonight get out and get some minutes, hit a 3-point shot, get a couple free throws, and just really just be out there. That's really the key.
Having a big enough lead opened up possibility for Coach Tim Cohn. Give Jeremiah Gray a couple of minutes here and there. First shot attempt, made it. 3-point shot. I'm sure that would boost his confidence even further. This comeback, we send it over to Bell.
Talking about Jeremiah Gray, Coach Tim gave Maya a heads up a day before game 2 that he would be fielded in, and no matter how early Maya tried to sleep, he was just so excited and anxious to make his return since 2023. This being the second ACL of his career, the first from 2021, Maya opened up how there were a lot of moments where he felt it was impossible to get back, but it was faith that kept him going. He even said it felt like he blacked out when he finally returned last game, and it was just God that did everything. Also adding that surprisingly his body felt good. But of course, they are limiting his minutes, restricting him to 5 to 6 minutes per half, around 10 to 2 per game.
But you get to work up from that. The important thing is he is getting closer and closer to game shape because you lose a lot, Coach Alan, when you're gone for that long.
The timing is very difficult to regain. Maybe the strength is there, but the playing confidence will really be so down. And mentally, you're still quite scared to get that injury one more time.
30-21, a 9-point advantage still for Barangay Ginebra. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter. Kadim Jack locates Bulanadi. Attacks the defense of Ku. Overcooks it. Flores. Pass to Monzon. Takes it out to Kadim. Jack with space. Can't get the bounce. Rebound hooked by Aguilar. And now they're pushing. Alonso. Cross-court pass. Rafu for three. No. They're looking for a first basket of the second quarter for Northport and Barangay Ginebra. Ivan Nelly gives the ball up now to Monzon. Joshua gets a double team, passes away from it. Nelly inside to Kadim Jack. That's his spot. Couldn't convert though. Great effort from Kate Flores as he scores. Gonna put back inside.
Well, you know, Flores is really providing a lot of spunk inside, getting those rebounds. They need a lot more of that from Gabe here in this ball game.
If you are Northport, you need to win the Justin Brownlee on the bench minutes against Barangay Ginebra. You need to pounce on this opportunity and really get back into it. Bulanadi, corner three, no. Rebound Ku.
Though I like that extra pass that was done by Monzon. Huh? Good penetration. Those are two open shots that have to be made by Northport here in this game.
Alonso against the much modern Nelly. There's the switch. Out pass. Too strong. And the offense has looked a little sloppy for Barangay Ginebra here in the first 2 minutes and 40 of the second quarter.
No, we got to give credit to the defense that's being played by Northport here in the second quarter. Because we talked about it, and there's a certain run in offense for Northport. That's why JB, Justin Brownlee, was sent back.
The run was 2-0, coach. That's a score here in the second quarter, but that is how you coach it.
But it's 2.5 that they haven't scored. 2.5 minutes, so they need Justin Brownlee. Now that's a good one.
Arvin Tolentino scoring inside, and they cut it to a 5-point advantage.
4-0 run here in the second quarter.
Alonso be fouled taking the 3-point shot here. Kate Flores asking for a challenge. It is. Coach Bonitan, hear him out.
Be a little too early. It's just a 5-point lead. So no challenge in the part of Northport.
Jamie Alonso. Check out his numbers in game 2. 17 points, 3 triples, adding 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Being the 6th and 7th man of Coach Tim Cohn alongside Abarrientos in the first 2 games.
So he's now getting his minutes. About 6 weeks ago, Coach Tim talked about the escalating minutes that he'll be giving Jamie Malonzo. Now he's already getting it. So maybe he's going to be doing the same thing, no? As he explained to Maya Gray.
We send it over to Bell.
Well, you mentioned his numbers, Carlo, and Coach AG. You also tackled how Coach Tim has been intentionally finding ways to give Jamie his minutes. And with the added pressure, with him getting his rhythm back, Jamie thanks on the time he had with his Gilas teammates and shared that he took a page off of Japet Aguilar, how he would warm up and work on his legs, and finally realized for himself how Japet still comes out with monster numbers and how easy just jumping high like for him. Jamie is not one to compare himself to other players, especially his matchups. While he's trying to get back to 100%, he is just trying to take pages off the books of other players, and in his words, that means stealing from what Chapman does. Back to you, Jim.
Well, if you're going to steal from someone, something, right, in terms of being physically conditioned, in terms of keeping your athleticism, might as well be Chapman.
That's right.
He's done a great job of actually staying away from the worst types of injuries, right? Japet will get dinged up here and there because, of course, this is a physical sport.
And of course, we pray that he maintains that kind of athleticism for the longest time. We're all very proud that Japet Aguilar has really stayed on, serving also the national team for such a long time. That's a great pick coming from Arvin.
2 free throws coming up for him. And this is an aspect of his game that he also needs to get going because So if if he gets to 20 points, you can mark at least 8 of those as points from the free throw line.
All the time, no? When he struggles, he wants to go to the free throw line.
UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity channel, on Sports and Pilipinas Live, because legends start here. Oh, look at this. Uncharacteristic early minutes for Aljon Mariano. Why? Because Troy Rosario was just called for his 3rd personal foul. Coach Timpone extending his rotation a bit, has an advantage here of 7 points and has a 2-0 lead in the series. So he can get a little more creative. Malonzo was fouled. 2 more coming up.
No, that was he was defended by 3 white shirts.
Yes.
The initial challenge was there. Arvin Tolentino was there and push. Referee says there was a slight push coming from one of the white shirts.
Jamie Malonzo, all of his points have come from the free throw line so far. He will keep it clean from the stripe. 4 points in the game to extend their lead to 8.
And whether it's a perceived mismatch or somebody taller than him, what Jamie Malonzo has been posting up here in this ball game, been attacking the paint, been getting the rebounds. So no 3-point shots yet for Jamie Malonzo, but he misses on that second free throw. But they keep it alive one more time.
Another extra possession here for Barangay Ginebra. Brownlee against Tolentino. JB, a familiar shot, signature move, good for 2. He's at double digits with 10.
And because he's been very, very fresh the last 2 games, now you can see that he's just so into this ball game. Justin Brownlee.
Second effort, too strong, coming from William Navarro. They spread it out on the other side. Abarrientos, drive and kick. Brownlee 3, it's gone!
Long is scoring spree being done by Justin Brownlee here in the second quarter.
He said that he has been cruising in about 3rd gear, but now looking like he wants a gear shift here in the first half of this matchup. A strong start. Justin Brownlee leading his squad in scoring 13 points in the game, 13-point lead as well for Barangay Ginebra, forcing this Northport timeout. It is 39-26, favor of Ginebra.
Umangat pa ang bida sa gilas ng ringas, pero sa silangan lalo umangas, lalong tumalas ang pinuhunang atas ng pangarap. Lagpas sa labaha, abante, diskarte, di bale, walang pake sa mga
Very soon, the PBA will be adding 10 more players to their list of greatest. That is why it is our honor and our pleasure to be able to talk to one of the first 25. Talking now to our analyst at large, Coach Ronnie Magsano. Coach Ronnie, Coach Tim Cohn will always say that beyond the triangle system, he is a defensive coach first. What are you seeing here? What are the schemes he is employing to be able to force Northport away from their comfort zone?
Well, number one, the fact that he has used Troy Rosario to guard a point guard to open up the first quarter. That has worked well for Ginebra, at least in the last 2 wins, something that he also tried in this matchup here in game number 3. First, the primary defender. Second, on the switch, no cross matches, able to still keep in step with Kadim Jack. And then finally, the catcher in Japet Aguilar to take away any possible rotation and free up a possible open 3 or a dump from inside the pin.
Coach Ronnie, the other aspect for Northport is that they are not able to go on the run. What's the reason for this?
Well, number one, Ginebra has been very disciplined defensively. Number two, they know what it takes to get to the upper part or to the deepest part of the competition. Let's see if Northport will finally be able to break the curse of Barangay Ginebra here in the semifinal series.
Thank you, Coach Ronnie Magsano, one of the PBA's first 25 greatest players. Bradley on an end one, converting on the three. He has 16, could be 17 here in the first half.
He has been really the Justin Brownlee of old here in game number 3. He's got fresh legs. He's not hesitating on the shots. Here it is. William Navarro saying that he did hit Justin Brownlee, but the referee was there. So it's going to be an end one right here for JB. It's a 13-point lead for Barangay Ginebra.
So that nullifies that many 4-0 run coming off a timeout for Northport. Yeah, something to build on for the Batangpier. Now it's back to a 13-point advantage for Ginebra. Ellie goes inside to Kadim Jack. Kadim looking for some movement, attacks, turns away. Great fake coming from William Navarro, but he leaves the reverse short.
You've got to be able to make those kinds of shots. That was a great play from Northport Batangpier.
That's familiar. Abarientos, Brownlee ball screen, missing on the 4-point shot. Rebound for Munzon. Joshua goes to William. Navarro looking for his options. Munzon has it. Past the midway mark now of our second quarter. Tolentino asking for it against a much smaller RJ Abarientos. Kadim Jack decides to go to the other side. That is off. Coming from Navarro, and Mariano already leaking out. He will score on the touchdown.
You know, on the other side, it was a clear mismatch. Who was actually guarding Tolentino. It was fronting defense from Abarientos, but they were not able to get Tolentino that leather.
It is 45-30 as Northport will call another timeout. Aljon Mariano leaking out after challenging that three-point attempt coming from William Navarro, opening himself up for an easy basket. Those are the Troy Rosario points, right, for Barangay Ginebra. Now his replacement doing it for him. This is from way downtown. That will not work for Munzon. Jamie goes to Mariano. He will not force the issue. Brownlee has it now. Abarientos swings it. Malonzo from the corner. Cut for three.
So no posting up this time. He goes to the corner and takes that literally jumper. Makes the three-point shot.
Barangay Ginebra attempting to break this game wide open right here, right now, up by 18. That's a big-to-big ball screen. An open shot, a rare one for Fran Yu, and he converts.
Yeah, that's a big shot right there coming from Fran Yu. They've got to make more of that. It was just so wide open.
Speaking of wide open, back to back now for Jamie. Can't believe they're leaving him open.
Yeah, that's just a lot of miscommunication on the defensive side. Coming from Northport, who was supposed to be guarding Jamie Malonzo.
He's also double digits with 10 now. Arvin against Mariano. Former teammates in Barangay Ginebra. Kadim Jack asking for it. Only 2 points here in the second quarter. It stays that way. He's at 17. Alonso passes up on the 4. Will take the 3. Challenge. Oh boy! Red hot. It's JV Alonso with 3 straight triples.
That was good defense coming from Kadim Jack. There was a challenge, but still, JV Alonso was able to make that very tough shot.
Joshua Monson, fadeaway jumper, no, Malonzo with it. Everyone wanting him to shoot right here, right now. Malonzo on the attack. And he will take 2 free throws.
Well, he's feeling it. No, the timing is there. He's just so confident. He knows that he is already healthy. Look at this. No hesitation. Just a little step back. The challenge was there. But still, Jimmy Malonzo was able to make that 3-point shot.
Jamie feeling himself. It started with free throws. That was how he got into his groove. And then the 3-point shot started opening up. Oh, big smile. Why not? You're holding a Jamie Malonzo jersey.
Big numbers here in the second quarter.
And look at this, Coach Allen. This is the biggest lead of the ball game, right? And then you get back Scotty Thompson and Stephen Holt, 2 starters for Barangay Ginebra. So the quality of the players does not really take a dip when Coach Tifon goes to his bench.
Well, you know, that's the specific game plan. No? You get, just like what you said, he's already extending his bench. The usage is already there. Arjun Mariano is playing, you know, good numbers here in this quarter. But still, you know, you can't forget those main guns. You've got to give them those minutes.
Foul baiting expedition there coming from Arvin Tolentino. Referees not biting. But that's a poor pass coming from Mariano as they throw it away. Kadeem Jack leaves it for Tolentino. A rare open look, could not sink it. Ball tapped over to Holt. Pati directing traffic, goes to Brownlee now, the post. Handoff play, that is basic. That is weak side of the triangle offense coming from Barangay Ginebra.
You know, maybe Tolentino was thinking, okay, I switch, but it's going to be wide open for Justin Brownlee. But still, you've got to switch and be able to challenge that layup right there of Scotty Thompson.
25-point lead off of this 10-0 run for Barangay Ginebra. And that will be a turnover against Northport. Alonso goes behind the back. Foul will be called here. Will it be on Fran Yu or Paulo Tana?
Very, very tough stance coming from Fran Yu. Wanted to steal that ball. He fought it out, dove for that level. It's still going to be a foul, but still, that was good effort coming from Fran Yu.
Alonso went behind the back, almost lost the basketball. Fran Yu wanted to dive for it, but in the process, his leg crossed up Jamie Malonzo's. And Jamie will be taking 2 free throws when we come back from this timeout. The assist numbers have been impressive for Barangay Ginebra. We noted this earlier, 36 in game 1 on 45 field goals made. They outdid themselves with still 36 on only 42 field goals made. And the pace, it feels like it's going to get to that number as well, as they had a strong start in the first quarter with 9 assists. Now 15. They need about 18 to stay pace of the 36. They still have 2 minutes and 26 to work with here in the first half.
Well, you know, when you give that pass, it has to be a made shot, and these are the things that Ginebra has been able to accomplish here in this ball game. So even if you give that extra pass, but then again, your teammate does not make the shot, it won't be credited for an assist. So it's, two things that you have to be able to do to get that assist.
course, the tough part of defending Barangay Ginebra is you never really know who's going to heat up. Again, 2 wins, 2 different best players. Justin Brownlee just hovering under 20 points in both games. Not a problem for them, as the other guys have been bringing it as well. Paulo Taha gets the friendly bounce. Does not usually get a ton of minutes, but he saw some action in game 2. And now he gets to play here in the first half.
Oh, this guy's a fighter. No? It's one of the favorites, actually, of Coach Tim Con when he was playing for Barangay Ginebra.
Brownlee, the long two. Won't go. Arvin Tolentino with the rebound. 59-35, a 24-point lead for Ginebra. Taha goes down low to Katim Jack. Working. Overcooks the reverse layup. Barangay Ginebra with an opportunity to attack early here. Malonzo. Good shot, bet. Will not force it. Brownlee now posting up against Taha. JB testing the defense of Paulo. Leaves it for Scotty. Thompson launches from deep. It's sweet.
Oh, wow. You know, the defense of Randy was there. But no hesitation again on that shot of Scotty Thompson.
Another assist for Barangay Ginebra.
62 points were just in the first half. Allowing Northport only 37 points with 1 minute left here in this second quarter.
I mean, mind-numbing numbers. 8 of 11 from downtown for a squad that doesn't necessarily rely on the long ball to win them games. Another foul given up here by Northport. And they've been in penalty for a while now.
Well, actually, the game that Ginebra is playing is the kind of game that Northport was doing in the eliminations. A lot of three-point shots, a lot of fast break opportunities, getting the rebounds. But here in this series, it's actually total opposite because Ginebra is supposed to be a defensive team as really been playing splendid offense.
Check out the numbers of Scotty Thompson, as the ovation you're hearing is for Jamie Malonzo, who's just subbed out of this ball game. But the key to your entire statement, Coach Alan, was series. That is the big difference. For Northport, you can live with just offense when you're taking fresh opponent after fresh opponent in a single round robin. But when you have to take on Barangay Ginebra in a 7-game series, there will have to be some adjustments.
But you know, so much focus, no? Scouting reports, the specific game plans defensively. Brand new, making 2 big three-point shots here in the second quarter.
6 points in the game for Brand New. Their deficit somehow to 24 points, 64-40. A 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Holt goes to Brownlee now against Tolentino. JB, to shoot, creates the space. Top angle. Oh, but the tap goes to Maya to beat the buzzer. He won't get it to drop, but still a huge second quarter performance coming from Barangay Ginebra. The 2 players who swap places. See their averages here in the semifinals: 15.5 for Jamie, only 10 points per ball game for Arvin Tolentino, and Malonzo was on fire here in the second quarter. 3 triples, perfect from downtown, steady 7 of 9 from the stripe, and as a result, he will lead the charge alongside Justin Brownlee. Allow Barangay Ginebra to march for halftime break of 64-40.
Dahil bawat sulok, habang iskumigin ang lahat na ihibang nagliliyap na parang ng tatlong hilig. Pero ka muna, laban
Oh, ganda ng tundot mula kay Asisco. Noko, tumatakbo. Noko, Pinoy step. Oh! Pang NBA ba defensa mo? Nico? Ipapakilala ko sa'yo. Ang Pinoy step muna yung tundot mula kay Asisco. Yung takbo mula kay Adrian Takbo. Punta ka dyan. Dito ko sa kabila. Sabi ni Adrian. At sampu na po ang abante ng Raiders. Trying nila to base. To the cup. Oh! He beats Jacob Production. Because he's got so much of a speed advantage. Mag-react defense. Giving it up to Jacob. Perfect placement mula kay Miguel. Giving Ginebra a 6-point lead. Look at how Jacob up for that. Strikes it off. Ronde pushing hard. Oh! Bastos solid mula kay Ronde. College.
If he has that momentum, that runway was pretty much in the liking of Hans Jefferson.
Could neutralize yung pagkawala ni Thompson is number one, to speed up the game. Oh, look at that. Oh,
It's a bang.
A one-handed slam dunk. Justin Baltazar with a factory dunk. Watch it again. Yung extra pass and selfish play by Diallo. And a one-hander coming from Justin Baltazar. Bringing the house down. Whoa!
Isang 4 pa. Fourth na. Ignite ng Gordon Heading. Pagkatapos ng mainit na simulan. Oh, my goodness. Meron ng kompleto sa tira na yun. So, Sky ngayon. Pala sa may live na atin. Oh, hinahanap sa likod.
Ginagawa ni Sam
Dali,
for yan,
hinahanap
boss.
niya sa
My
likod.
goodness. Woo! My goodness.
is game number 3 of the best of 7 semi-final series between Northport, Batangpier, and Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel in your PBA 49th season Commissioner's Cup. And it is a big lead, 24 points for Barangay Ginebra. In game 1, they did it in the second quarter. In game 2, they did it in the third. And really, the big question is, can Northport still turn things around? Usually, one explosive quarter is enough for Barangay Ginebra to take complete control of the ball game. Was that the second already? Or will we see a surge somehow coming from Northport?
Barangay Ginebra scored more than 30 points in both of the quarters. They allowed Northport only an average of 20 points in both, so they're playing great defense, great offense. 72% for Barangay Ginebra from 3 points, 8 of 11. They had 7 more assists, fast break opportunities because they were getting the rebounds. The second quarter points is a big plus 15 for Barangay. That's why we start the third quarter with a 24-point lead for Barangay Ginebra Ginebra.
Halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Kadim Jack leading his squad with 17. On the other side, 3 double-digit scorers led by Justin Brownlee, 17 as well. But that's the key. For Northport to actually stay within striking distance, Kadim Jack had to pour in 15 points in the opening period. When he couldn't do that anymore, the offense could not help out, and as a result, it resulted in this big 24-point event.
7 points for Arvin Tolentino, but they've got to have a lot more coming from Arvin. Let's see where the points of Batangpier will be coming from, as we are also struggling here in this ball game.
So, change coming from the starters of Coach Bonitan. It will be Evan Nelly starting again in the place of Fran Yu, who opened the first quarter. On the other side, no adjustments coming from Barangay Ginebra, none needed. Rosario, Holt, Thompson, Brownlee, and Aguilar will be the 5 of Coach Dem.
No continuation of that play right there coming from Arvin Tolentino. He was wishing that it could have been on the end one, a bonus free throw, but the sideline end on for Northport.
The only slight problem for Barangay Ginebra, the 3 personal fouls of Troy Rosario. How they address those? Kadim Jack finds an opening and attacks to open the scoring here in the second half.
Strong move right there coming from Kadim Jack. Now defense is something that they have to really focus on here in the second half.
Ginebra throughout this series has looked comfortable. They have not been tested too much by Northport. Jab step, jumper, guard, money for Brownlee.
He's just so red hot here in this ball game. He's got the legs. He's just so focused. He wants to really score here in game number 3.
20 points even for JB in this contest. His best output already here in the series. Kadim Jack hands it off, fakes the handoff to Evan Nelly. He will try from the outside. That's good, but that is a shot that if you're Barangay Ginebra, you'd live with.
Yeah, that's right. No? Since game number 1, they've been allowing those kinds of shots. So that's a low percentage shot coming from Kadim Jack. If he misses that one, it's going to be a fast break opportunity for Barangay Ginebra.
Brownlee misses on this 3. Battle for the rebound. That is clear effort coming from Stephen Holt. And that is effort coming from a team that's up by 23 here in this game, up by 2 games in this series.
Defense is never completed with that challenge. Even with that missed shot, you've got to be able to get that rebound for you to have a better chance on running your break.
Rapid faces up for the jumper. Too strong rebound for Navarro. We go on the run here, but even that will not work for Northport as he tosses it over to Bell.
The first half was reminiscent of how things went down in Game 2, and the dugout coach Bonitan did with his men to show pride in how they would defend, especially one-on-one, after the many open looks they granted Jamie Malonzo and Justin Brown. Meanwhile, Coach Renz Bahar added how they would like to build on a relatively better showing from Kadim Jack, who has been more vocal compared to Game 2 and is more intentional, making those extra passes when he back to you, Jeto.
Thank you so much for that report. Really a different Kadim Jack showing up, but still not enough support from the locals, especially Monzon and Arvin Tolentino. Thompson goes to Brownlee. 3-point shot, another one. He misses. The putback won't go. So Rosario is fouled.
Again, this big efforts coming from the big man, Barangay Ginebra. to keep that ball alive. Get those rebounds, second chance points, second chance opportunities, just like this one from Troy Rosario.
And since it was a putback attempt, 2 free throws for Troy Rosario, the best player of game 1. 5 points for Troy in this contest. Not an issue if you're Barangay Ginebra because the other players have been doing more than enough damage. As we remind you that UAAP Season 87 volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity channel. What sports and Filipinas Live because legends start here. Two minutes already gone here in the third quarter. Again, reminding you of the result in our first game today. Rainers shine Elasto Painters finally win one against the TNT Tropang Giga. The absence of Jason Castro, who had his operation earlier today. Japet held fouled by Monzon.
You're telling me he's 38 years old. He was there for the challenge. He sprinted, he dribbled, he put the ball down, and then he goes from for this layup opportunity. Could have been a dunk, but not for that hard foul given up by Northport. 2 free throws for Japet.
It was Japet who started out their offense, with a couple of looks from the mid-range. And coming off a best player of the game performance. In Game 2, PBA fans, sama-sama tayo mag-celebrate ng 50th anniversary ng ating liga. Abangan ang iba't ibang activities at alamin kung sino ang 10 additional players na idaragdag sa PBA's greatest list. Tara na at tuloy-tuloy ang panonood ng PBA. 9:41 here in the third quarter. Timeout for Northport Batangpier. It's a 26-point lead for Barangay Ginebra, 70-44.
Right now, Arvin is the best offensive player in the league. And as I said after the last game, he's playing against probably, in my mind, the best defensive player in the league, in Stephen Holt. So, it's a real, like I said, it's going to be a real interesting battle between those two. Right now, we're doing a really good job on him, but it's a 7-game series. We got to continue doing it.
Kadeem Jack, after the timeout, scores on a drawn-up play here coming from Northport. At least a positive coming from them. Can they build? Can they get a stop here against Barangay Ginebra? Aguilar scores on the layup. He was located on that pass coming from JB.
That was a very sharp pass coming from Justin Brown Lee.
Nelly to Kadeem Jack. And a shot that he would nip with. But here in this third quarter, Kadeem Jack starting to work again.
Well, he struggled in the second quarter with only 2 points, but has been really scoring here in the third quarter. He's got a total of 25 points. He finished the game the last time out with 27 points, but had 14 points when they were already down by as much as about 25 points in the third quarter.
This best move of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Scotty Thompson gets it on the Euro step. To answer right back, Joshua Monzon could not launch it from deep. Been very quiet in this game, only 3 points for Monzon. That pass tapped and stolen. Barangay Ginebra looking for an early opening. They go inside to Troy. Big pass was not available. Scotty recovers. Up top. Shot it. On the alley-oop.
What a great pass coming from Scotty Thompson, wide open underneath that alley-oop for Japet Aguilar.
Counter-attack here for Kadim Jack. Drive and kick. Evan Nelly for three. It's sweet.
Yeah, he's got that shot. He's got to be taking those kind of shots. Evan Nelly for 3 points for Nelly in this ball game.
A rare three-point opening for Northport as Kadim Jack attracted a bulk of the defense for Barangay Ginebra with his drive. Scotty uses the Brownlee screen. Scotty with the opening. Kicks it to Japet Aguilar. Double clutch. This is on the banker. Rosario put back. Will get the bounce.
And the second chance points. The big men of Barangay Ginebra, they're crushing on the boards. Wide open shot right here. Finally, from Arvin.
Justin Brownlee did not want to commit to defending Arvin Tolentino as he found enough space to sink it from downtown. Finally hitting double digits with 10.
But this is his average here in this series. 10 points for Arvin Tolentino.
Brownlee, the drive, leaves it for Troy Rosario, left unmarked once again.
Again, those open men underneath, they've been moving very well without the ball, but how about those great passes? Again, this time from Justin Brownlee.
Pwesto lang no, itong si Troy.
Very, very simple kind of basketball. You draw the defense, there is the double team, somebody must be wide open underneath. And most often than not, or more often than not, it's got to be Troy Rosario.
So if you are a young basketball player playing a 3, 4, 5 position, yes, skill work is important, sure. Do those shooting drills, do your dribbling drills, sure. But work on the other aspects of the game as well. Learn how you can be effective just by positioning yourself and be effective without the basketball for a majority of the shot clock.
Well, most of the time, when especially when he was playing for Blackwater, he was getting the ball. He would post up. He was getting those looks. But here for Barangay Ginebra, he does not have the play does not have to start from him. Just has to move well, and that is what he's been doing for Coach Tim Cohen.
Thompson wants to post up a smaller Evanelli. Hold to the corner to Scotty. Thompson all of a sudden launches, comes up short. Ball will head towards Northport. 13 points for Scotty in this ball game. It is Stephen Holt, who's a bit quiet with only 3. But again, you don't mind if you're Stephen Holt because his primary task in this series is to limit the efforts of Arvin Tolentino. And for example, Arvin was averaging 24 points per ball game. He was limited to an average of 10. That's 28 points that you did not give up, right? That's how you attack it mentally if you're Stephen Holt.
The last 2 games, that's right. And Coach Tim Cohen said quite clearly, the best offensive player in the league is going to be defended by Stephen Hall, who's supposed to be one of the best defensive players here in the PBA.
And the second unit crew of Coach Tim Cohen about to check in. Usually they will do it together. RJ Abarientos and Jamie Malonzo.
What a second unit, huh?
Appreciation from Barangay Ginebra fans for Stephen Holt and Troy Rosario as they retain possession here, approaching the midway mark now of the third quarter. Brownlee, the extra pass, chop it inside and one.
The skill level of Justin Brownlee attacking the very tight defense, even with 2 men, throwing the defense to him and dropping off. This time to Japet Aguilar, who's got a total of 16 points.
Attracting the help defense, the recovery, not get there in time. Japet completes the end one. 21 assists for Barangay Ginebra and counting. Kadim Jack gives the ball up now. Arvin on the swing pass, in and out on the triple. The push, Malonzo. Could be called for the charge here.
Great sacrifice, no? Coming from Paulo Taha.
But Coach Tim Cone won't let him have it just yet as he issues a head coach challenge. I don't think Jamie even asked for it. Coach Tim Cone just said, no, no, I will challenge that call. He felt that Jamie was on a spin move. So let's see what the review will show in this exchange. 356, and things looking so comfortable for Barangay Ginebra.
The challenge made by Barangay Ginebra was not successful.
Slight extension of the arm coming from Alonso was enough to get that offensive foul ball.
Well, we already said it was great defense on the part of Paulo Taha. This stayed. Thank you, Coach Tim. 83-56, 27-point lead.
Barangay Ginebra enjoying this 27-point advantage. Kadeem Jack, the pass lands with Arvin Tolentino. Arvin attacks inside. So much attention on him, opening up that tip in from Kadeem Jack.
You know, even with that penetration of Tolentino on the release, there was a lot of challenge coming from Barangay Ginebra. That's why he still missed that shot.
But Northport can't be just exchanging buckets. This is what they need, a stop, and they need a bucket. Taha provides it for them.
So what was defense on the other side became offense. They need a lot more of that. From the one stop.
Boy, I was wide open.
He didn't take it.
They swing it. Abarientos from the corner. It's good for three.
It turned out to be a very good decision on the part of Justin Brown in swinging that ball from left to right.
Another assisted bucket for Barangay Ginebra to extend their lead back up to 26. Flores, mid-range jumper is good.
Flores, he can play offense, no? But he's being left out. That in the 15-foot area, he's going to be taking a lot more of those.
Let them consistently. Going to be a threat. Barrientos makes it back to back.
Oh, wow. Red hot. Barangay Ginebra Gym Kings. 89 points with 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Counter 3-point shot short for Arvin. And now Brownlee is on the push. Malonzo goes to Scotty Thompson first. Brownlee being hounded by Franyu. Retains possession. Malonzo from the free throw. The one-hander is strong. The surprise with that shot attempt was Jamie. Now Franyu made a couple of threes earlier. Misses this one. Barrientos. Shovel pass. JB. Touchdown.
Hot miss. And there it goes. That Barangay Ginebra, either a 3-point shot or a fast break opportunity.
And we've been talking about shot selection, right? If you take an early 3-point shot and you're Northport, you miss it, that's basically giving Barangay Ginebra an opportunity to score on the break.
That was exactly what happened. Nobody expecting that 3-point shot coming from you. That's why when it was a missed shot, there was no transition defense from the Northport Batangpier.
Game 1, it was in the third quarter where Barangay Ginebra broke the game wide open. 17-4 run. Scoring well over 30 points. Game 2, they did it in the second, a little bit earlier. And that was the similar story here in Game 3. Breakaway second quarter once again. And now Barangay Ginebra will call a full timeout. They're up by 29 points, 91-62. We'll take this break.
Arvin Tolentino continues to be silenced tonight with just 10 points in the game. We see him on the bench right now. When he was asked about game two, he lamented not being able to convert open looks and how it was just a lot of bad luck for him. He didn't want to use the excuse that he was still heavily guarded, knowing how he should know better by now. When he talked to his teammates, he urged them not to allow their confidence to be down, shifting instead to having a sense of urgency. A personal challenge for himself is to not be discouraged by how the early quarters might have looked like and to still find ways to play as if it is a game seven and like his life depends on. Back to you, Jeff.
And the key is effort for all players on the floor. Franyu diving for it and getting a stop. Kadim Jack bring the ball down for Northport Batangpier. Jack picks up his dribble, goes to the corner on Mubere, open. This is on the triple, and Scotty Thompson hooks the rebound. So no Brownie on the floor. Scotty is fouled by Franyu.
But I like the effort being shown by Fran. He's being physical. He's just diving for those loose balls. You know that he really wants to fight it out here in this ball game. Those opportunities. He's very young, but you can see the real fighter in him. So that was a bad foul because they're already in penalty, and that would mean 2 free throws for Scotty.
Penalty, pounding. Northport Batangpier. Scotty converts on that first free throw. And we thank you for joining us on PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. Carlo Pimentuan, Coach Alan Gregorio on the call. Isabel Gregorio is our courtside reporter. Scotty extends their lead back up to 29. 15 points the ball game for Scotty. Kate Flores coming up a bit short on the layup.
That was a great decision. Good aerial acrobats, but the finish for Kate Flores.
Look at this. RJ Barrientos with a post-up move. Malonzo almost losing it. They recover. The fake, the shot, the bucket from Barrientos.
Much effort. No, those shots on the other side, it was a layup. Now, very tough shot made by Barangay Ginebra.
Looks so casual coming from RJ Barrientos. This will be a jam though for Kadim Jack. No natural center on the floor for Coach Tipcon, but they give up an easy bucket on the other side.
Those are just no-nos right there on the defensive side of Northport Batangpier. Just pure miscommunication and lack of effort on defense from the white shirts.
Big time Euro step, but it comes up short. Malonzo completes the stop. Rafco goes quickly inside. That is a miscom between Rosario and Scotty Thompson. They turn the ball over. They will hit the bench. In comes Maverick Ahan Macy.
Game number 2, the biggest lead of the ball game was 35 points. Now, almost ending the third quarter, it's a 31-point lead by Barangay Ginebra.
Ginebra still switching a lot of ball screens, making sure there will be no gaps in the defense. Tolentino pops out, and by Malonzo, asking for a ball screen. They will also switch this one. Tolentino shoots over the defense, misses against Ralph with a forward pass picked off. The weak there coming from Alonso. Quick trigger. Oh, that rims out on the triple.
I thought that shot was already in, but decided to go out.
Alonso, this will be a layup with a foul. And just running back quickly on the other side. It is all out attack all the time for Barangay Ginebra.
It's just pure bad luck. That missed shot coming from Paula Taha, and then the running opportunity. There was a challenge, but you can see, no, the upper body strength of Jamie Malonzo is already back. Was still able to release that ball for this end one.
And the seal screen coming from Troy Rosario down low to make sure there will be no help defender against Jamie. This is the bonus free throw, but they win possession back. Ahad Misi. Who has it now? Abarrientos must take the shot. Air ball. And that will be Northport basketball with 17.1 seconds remaining in your third quarter.
Well, on the other side, it's just really Kadim Jack, 29 points. Irvin Tolentino still with 10 points, but no more help from all the other offensive players of Coach Bonita.
They can trap here because they still have a couple of fouls to give up. 3 to be exact. Talking about Barangay Ginebra. Foul was on the pass, not the shot from Paulo Taha.
That's just going to be the third for Barangay Ginebra. So no 2 free throws for Northport to end this third quarter.
Kadim Jack on the attack. He backs it home, and that will be the final bucket of your third quarter. Kadim Jack pouring in numbers, but there's just too much coming from too many people from Barangay Ginebra. As they will head into the final quarter of 99 to 68. The story of this ball game so far has been the same story of this entire series. Barangay Ginebra sharing the well, showing their array of weapons. They've been locked and loaded, they've been focused, they've been sharing the basketball well, 27 assists and counting. So if you count that, that's 9 per quarter, exactly on average towards their 36. The three-point shooting has also been red hot for Barangay Ginebra, shooting at a great clip of 11 of 17 for this ball game. And as a result, they're up big time, 99 to 68 as we open the fourth and final quarter of action. Northport getting a stop to begin.
All the points of Barangay Ginebra in each quarter is more than 30 points. So that's just very high scoring, being allowed by Northport against Barangay Ginebra in all the quarters.
Quick pin move from Kadim Jack. It will result to a foul on Jamie Malonzo.
31 points right now for Kadim Jack, much better than how he played game number 2. But there's just no support from the locals at Northport. They need a lot more, and not just this scoring coming from Kadim.
Tolentino is their only other player in double digits, barely there with 10. For that, it is Fran Yu with his 2 triples. Their next leading scorer, Joshua Monson, is 1 of 5 from the field. William Navarro, their best local in game 2, is 1 of 8 for only 3 points. So nothing really working for the side of Coach Bonnie. And when you get to extend your lead, 30 points, 31 points, it means that Japet and Brownlee and Scotty will enjoy a lot of time on the bench here in the fourth quarter. And that problem compounds if you're Northport because you're always facing off against a fresh opponent.
And that is what actually is happening to the Justin Brownlee because of the 2 games that are blowout games. He was able to actually rest in the fourth quarter. And I think that's also going to be happening here in this ball game.
You would not deem this as an explosive Justin Brownlee scoring performance, but he did more than enough, right? In the minutes that he played, make sure their offense was on point. Oh, that's an end one. That's an end one. To beat the buzzer for Fabrica and Messi.
It was a very tough shot, not actually the kind of shot that he usually takes.
No other choice. That the shot clock was at 1.6. There was a hand on the hip coming from Paulo Taha. Slight push.
There's the push. That's the right call. Tough shot.
That is an inbound assist.
And another
one.
That's going to be assist.
Ginebra's offense just firing on all cylinders. And at the same time, also hounding the ball handlers, the passing lanes of Northport. And Messi stops, kicks it out to Barrientos. Skip pass, Malonzo, another three.
It's just so red hot. He's going to be playing here in this ball game. He's a very good candidate to be the best player of this ball game with 23 points.
So it means 3 games, 3 different best players for Barangay Ginebra. That would be in the offing. As Taha gets it right back on the other side. Roy Rosario game 1. Dapat Aguilar game 2. Quite possibly Jamie Malonzo here in the 3rd game. Over that pass. Malonzo. This is on the 3-point shot though. Would have been a gorgeous play there. Arvin Tolentino draws a foul. Basket will count for him.
That's the right call. That is the right call. Hear the whistle, took the shot. 12 points right now for Arvin. He has not scored more than 12 points. He only had 8 in game number 1, 12 points in game number 2, averaging 10 points. There's still time left, still about 10 minutes, 9:53 to be exact.
Send it over to Bell.
It was a silent huddle back in Northport's most recent one. They were just trying to rack their brains together with what they could do. With the silence finally broken by Coach Bonnie, merely asking them to find ways to attack and to keep showing effort. It was a total opposite on the other side, with Coach Tip giving detailed instructions, particularly calling on his men to find ways to contain Kadim Jack. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report, Bell. Kadim Jack coming up with a foul of another nice assist coming from Barrientos. Well, now it's an assist because even though it made a free throw. Justin Brownie has 8 assists. Thompson has 6. Barrientos has 6. 29 assists in the game and counting for Barangay Ginebra. Sa Barangay Ginebra faithful requesting Coach Tim Cohn to play from their favorites in Raymond Aguilar. Oh, that's a turnover. Jamie Malonzo, this would be special. It's a highlight from Barrientos.
What is happening right here? No unselfish basketball, could have taken the shot, waited for this highlight.
And as always, when Jamie Malonzo takes flight, it's love at first sight from Ronje Barrientos. The look away to the jam, to the timeout of Northport, Batangpier, Barangay Ginebra, making it look so easy. 109-74 as we resume action here in the final quarter. Game 3 in this best of 7 series between Barangay Ginebra and Northport. An all bench crew now for Coach Tim Coe and Katim Jack against Benadamos. Taha rescues the possession. Arvin Tolentino will not be able to put it up in time. Shot clock violation against Northport.
Till the final seconds, no, there's just close out on those shots of Northport Batangpier. Defense is really something that Ginebra is preaching here.
It really helps as well when you're scoring this easily. You can, devote a lot of patience and effort on the defensive end. That will be another assist coming from Abarientos, locating at Macy for 3.
This is a big 38-point lead right now, bigger than game number 2 at 35.
That will be double-digit assist numbers, Coach Allen, for RJ Abarientos. 10 points, 10 assists, about 22 minutes of action. But I think it will be L.A. Tenorio checking in for the first time, replacing Abarientos. Obviously, L.A. Tenorio will receive a good ovation from the appreciative Barangay Ginebra faithful.
Well, some of the chants that we're also hearing is Raymond.
Of course. I mean, that's a given.
They'll be waiting if Coach Tim Coe will be filled in Raymond, the other Aguilar of Barangay Ginebra.
Hey, in his household, Japet is the other Aguilar. Missy goes to Adamos, gets the ball back. Adamos with a look, in and out. You know what, for Arvin, you need to take this time with Stephen Holt not manning you just to get yourself going. Try something else. Be a little bit more creative. Be extra aggressive. Something to build on heading into the next game.
Well, that's exactly what he did in that instance. He's very creative. He wanted to take it strong, got that rebound. And then we're taking 2 free throws. At least he'll be scoring more than 12 points if he makes his free throws.
Another bench player seeing some action here. Lawrence Pinto replacing Maverick Ahanmisi. It's like Coach Tim Coe is teasing, but Ginebra fans here employing everyone in his lineup aside from Raymond Aguilar in their request. 1 for 2 for Arvin. This will now be his biggest mark in this entire series. Well, 33 points in 3 games as Jeremiah Gray converts on that shot. 33 points in the series. In the regular season, he can get that in a game. Easy.
Now, Barangay Ginebra, 114 points.
Do the math, Coach.
7.5. That's 37. 37 points down. The Northport. So you talk about aggressiveness. Arvin Tolentino showing that here in the 4th quarter.
Coach Tim Coe pretending he's not hearing. I think he wants to give Benadamo some time, right?
Oh,
to get
naman. Tama naman.
some time to get his legs underneath him as well. Give him an opportunity to play. Because you never know. You might need his help at some point. Depending on the matchup. Depending on the foul situation. Big smile from Raymond Aguilar. Seven minutes, 20 seconds left. Yes, there's still a lot of time, but there's really no feeling that Northport can mount a big rally here, even if some of their mainstays are still on the floor. But Kadim Jack and Arvin Tolentino. Another jumper, too strong this time around for Maya. Personally, a bounce back performance coming from Kadim Jack as Arvin misses on another 3-point try.
Really, all his shots are really being challenged by Barangay. There's no open look for Arvin Tolentino.
Montesumal, Launches from deep, in and out. Putback is good for Mime.
Those are the things that Northport really has to work on. Those rebounds, maybe they thought it was already a made shot coming from Bon Pasamal.
Coach Bonitan will now employ a couple of bigs to replace, I think, Valentino and Kadim Jack. Tapay and Abu Chatter will both see action. And for Northport, it was a strong performance in the elimination round, scoring wins because of sheer will on the offensive side. But in a series, it's so much different as Nathan Norio converts on his first field goal. Series coaching is so different from elimination round coaching, right? Especially if you go up against the final boss of PBA coaches in Coach Tim Cohn.
When you talk about series, you figure out who's going to be beating you in the series, and they figured out it could be Steve Jack and Tolentino. It's going to be quite hard to actually stop Kadim Jack totally. So they work on defending Arvin Tolentino, and that really is a lot of effort coming from him. It's smiling.
It's time.
He is
The crowd
smiling.
favorite. Raymond Aguilar checking in. A standing ovation from the bench of Barangay Ginebra. He replaces Benadamos. And now, I'm sure both Rainer Shine and TNT still focus on the task. You have to focus your efforts on your current opponent, on your current series. But you're seeing how comfortable it looks for Barangay Ginebra, and they will be gunning for a sweep in Game 4. And you get a little bit pressure that, hey, I need to rush things as well. I need to win quickly as well, because you do not want to go up against a fresh Barangay Ginebra squad after surviving your own duel in the semifinals.
Well, you know, the duel between TNT and Rainbow Shine is going to be very, very tough, especially with the injury of Jason Castro. That's a pure leader wanting to take the cudgels in the final minutes of the ball game. That was visibly missing for TNT in today's ball game.
Pass inside, misses. I would have sent this crowd home happy if he made that shot. I'm sure they'll be happy nonetheless, but a bit happier. 4 minutes and change remaining. Paulo Taha really taking every opportunity to play. Still playing with vigor, like not minding the score.
Of course, yes, definitely. You can see his game face, no? Here in this game. Paulo Taha.
Playing their zone offense. Maya comes up short. We've been talking about the effort, and sometimes we don't see it, especially running back on defense for Northport. But if it was something, it's about their gameplay. If there's something technical, what do you want to see, Coach Alan? At least Northport try out to change things up coming into game number 4.
Well, maybe a low-scoring ball game, focusing on less shots, not allowing fast break opportunities, not really focusing on their offense the entire ball game, not allowing this kind of a high-scoring ball game. More than focusing on their strength of offense, it's actually how they should be playing individual hard-nosed defense in game number 4.
The final timeout of this ball game will be requested by Barangay Ginebra. They just hit 34 assists in the game, 2 away from their average in this series. We'll take a quick break.
Mga pakit at mga bida sa gilas ng dingas, pero sa kailangan lalo umangas, lalo tumalas, inuhuna.
Hello, everyone. Coming to you from the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Carlo Pamintuan with Coach Alan Gregorio. Miss Camille, of course, our FD here for PBA Rush and Filipinas Live. Thank you for joining us. As we're seeing some of the fans who joined us here inside the Big Dome, witnessing another big-time performance coming from Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel. Still very disciplined as LA Tenorio misses on the 4-point shot. Alin Bolanani takes it strong to the other side. And if you are Joshua Monson, 20-point scorer, if you're Arvin Tolentino, obviously a 20-point scorer, you need to take things personally at this point because the struggles of your teammates, part of it is because they know that their main gunners, that their usual scorers, are not able to convert as usual. And that hurts their confidence as well. Kasi paano mo nga naman tatalunin yung Barangay Ginebra when leading local scorers can't even get their own numbers?
You know, the offensive guys of Northport are just really well scouted here. This is one thing that they can really do. Just like all the other coaches are saying, there's no such thing as an off day when you play defense. So a better effort in playing defense, diving for the loose ball, getting those rebounds, running down on transition. These are the things that I would want to see from Northport in game number 4.
But the biggest part of that is, for example, for a team like TNT, it took them a confidence to change their mindset and become the defensive team that they were. They were able to beat Barangay Ginebra in the Governor's Cup Finals. But for Northport, the entire conference has been about their offense. So how do you all of a sudden close your eyes, prepare for game number 4 and say, okay, it's defense that will win us this next one. So that you understand is the big mountain that you will have to climb if you're Northport. It'll have to be decisive. It'll have to be quick.
119 points given up in game number 2. 124 right now, below the 1-minute mark. This is just too high, being allowed a team Barangay Ginebra. Remember, in the eliminations, Barangay Ginebra was only averaging 98 points per game. But here in this series, it is more than 115 points already in the 3 games. As Raymond Aguilar takes this 3-point shot and not a jumped-in rounding.
If you ask any member of Barangay Ginebra's faithful here in this Smart Araneta Coliseum what shot they will take with them home, it might be that one coming from Raymond Aguilar. You forget about the threes of Jamie Malonzo or the slam dunks or whatever else.
They wanted to see
That
Raymond.
was what you were going to remember. A 3-point shot coming from Raymond Aguilar, his second of the series. As Barangay Ginebra will not put up a shot. They will just take the shot clock violation, 127 to 98. That is your score right now. And coach, believe it or not, they will finish once again at exactly 36 assists for the 3rd straight game.
Wow. That's so unselfish. You know, total teammanship being shown by Barangay Ginebra here in this series. There's still 4 more games. What adjustment, major adjustment Northport will have to be doing? It's got to be on the defensive side.
And for the 3rd straight game, 3 different best players for Barangay Ginebra. It will be Jamie Malonzo. For this contest, he was scorching hot in the 2nd period, converting on 3 triples to spearhead that breakaway quarter where they beat Northport 34-19 to break the game wide open. He's our best player of the game, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. 25 points, 8 boards, 4 to 5 from the 3-point distance.
What a ball game for Jamie Malonzo. His best game so far after coming off an injury.
Getting that highlight with RJ Abarrientos as well for good measure. And our final score is 127 to 100. Also brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. So a 2-day breather for all 4 teams before we resume action once again this coming Wednesday, March 5. Still here inside the Smart versus TNT will be the second game, and Ginebra will be gunning for the sweep. We'll be hearing from our best player of the game and our winning head coach when we come back.
Welcome to our post-game press conference. We have our player of the game, Jamie Malonzo, and Coach Tim Cone of Barangay Ginebra. Coach, congratulations. Three blowout wins. What's been consistent the past three games that you look to continue to see in game four as you try to close out the series?
Well, our first group is coming out and playing well, but our second group, Jamie, led by Jamie and RJ, is just playing, great. First group is good, second group is great, and they've been able to extend leads and really break the back of the other teams. I mean, that's such a luxury to have. And you add them, you add Art, Mav to that, and Ralph, who's also doing a really good job. Combine them with Justin or Japeth, and it's a team that doesn't step back; it moves forward, and so like I said, it's a real luxury. Right now, we're taking advantage of it.
Thank you, Coach. Now, Jamie, you were just talking about it, how 3 games in a row you are starting to look like your old self, getting your old form back. If you can put into words how it feels to be able to see yourself do this and be back here getting best player honors.
To be honest, it's hard to come up with the words. How thankful I am to the things, but when I think about like teammates and like teammate support, the coaches support, of course, the management as well. They've been by my side the whole way. So, yeah, when I think about that, they make it easy for me day in and day out, get back to my normal self.
Game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. We get things going with Justin Brownlee setting the tone early for Barangay Ginebra. Northport actually took a very short 1-point lead and then a big counter attack, and it was off to the races once again for Ginebra.
Well, the first quarter was about Justin Brownlee and Team Jap. But we know when the offense of Ginebra started coming in, it was very difficult for Northport to still focus on their offense.
30-21, but the second quarter was where it all changed. You'll see one highlight coming from Northport, a layup from William Navarro, but it would be an explosion coming from Barangay Ginebra. This would be one of 3 triples. This would be the third, I believe, of the series coming from Jamie. It was the toughest as he had to take it over the defense of Kadim. Jack made it. Scotty Thompson adding another 3-point shot. And as usual, as has been the theme, 1 quarter is enough to break the game wide open for Barangay Ginebra.
And another 30-point explosion, huh? More than 30 points for Barangay Ginebra in the second quarter.
One of the very few highlights coming from Northport, a pull-up jumper from Kate Flores. But again, everything just looking so easy for Barangay Ginebra. Layup basic coming from Jamie Malonzo on that seal inside from Troy.
That was just a fast break drill. Somebody running down, secondary break. Then that opportunity for your big man to be finishing with the 2 points and one para kay Jamie Malonzo.
99 to 68. At this point, the result was no longer in question. We would not even need to see Chapit or Jamie the fourth quarter. One last highlight from Jamie Malonzo, who will be our best player of the game. 10 points, 10 assists for RJ Abarrientos as well. But this might have been the easiest and the best looking as they connect for that alley-oop slam.
That's an all-star play right there. You only see that in the all-stars. But secondary options for Ginebra taking the shots. But again, just a lot of open looks for Barangay Ginebra here in this ball.
The second team was great, as Coach Tim said, and then even the third unit was able to
Give
still
the
play their
contribution,
offense, right? Still play with some discipline,
True.
get touches against that zone defense. Dominant performance coming from Barangay Ginebra. 127 to 100 is your final score, and they will be gunning for the jugular come game 4 of the series, which will be played back here inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum this coming Wednesday, as the first game at 5 p.m. followed by Rain or Shine, looking to even up the series against the TNT Tropang Giga. For Miss Belle Gregorio, for Coach Alan Gregorio, I'm Carlo Pamentuan. We thank you for joining us on PBA Russia Pilipinas Live. We will see you again Wednesday for the continuing coverage of PBA 49th Season Commissioner's Cup semifinals.